prepare for Monday's Super Bowl rematch between the Chiefs and the Eagles. And although our friend Nick Wright likes to project bulletproof confidence in Kansas City, the analytical part of his brain does carry a lot of favor when it comes to takes that you hear on this program. To sort through the worries and the warnings, it's our new segment called Chief Concern. I lifted the ban on puns for this. First up, A.J. Brown, rolling 4 touchdowns in the last 3 games, already over 1,000 yards. In the Super Bowl, 96 yards and a touchdown. And the connection between him and Jalen hasn't missed a beat since. Completion percentage for Jalen, 73%. 112 yards, 11 yards per pass. Wow. TD interception, 6.2. Passer rating of 121. Crazy. Nick, is this Hurts A.J. Brown connection a chief concern?
That's got to be the second best combo in the league, only to Tua Tyreek.
It is.
Who'd the Chiefs just play? Tua Tyreek, right? How'd that one end?
Well,
what happened?
No,
I'm not concerned. No, listen. I think A.J. Brown's awesome. I think Jalen Hurts is awesome. And I think Trent McDuffie is going to do what he did to Tyreek Hill. I think the Chiefs have the best pair of corners in the NFL. And I think that, A.J. Brown will get his to a degree, but he has been baptizing teams left and right. That's not going to happen against Snead or McDuffie. So, no, that is not a concern of mine come Monday Night Football, Greg Jennings.
It should be. I get why it's not.
Because they just shut down Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, I get it. You're excited.
What do you mean?
Chiefs have a good defense. Pass defense is really good.
Yeah,
probably
maybe the best.
The strength of their defense is their pass defense. However, when you look at what they've been able to do, they've been almost force-feeding A.J. Brown in these past few games.
Yeah.
Obviously, coming off a bye, they're going to have something special just for Spags. Oh, Spagnolia, he's going to dial it up as well. But when you think about coming off a bye, you got to have some plays that you haven't shown.
Does that work in both directions? Chiefs are coming off a bye, too?
We know Andy Reid.
No, I'm talking about Spagnolia coming off the bye.
Yeah.
It's a little special exotic blitz.
We can protect up.
Okay, all right. We?
Yeah, we.
You're an Eagles guy
I'm
now.
an Eagles guy.
Oh, who knew? Wow, that's unbelievable. I didn't know.
Siding with Greg there.
Believe it or not, I'm with Nick on this one.
Really?
Now, look, obviously.
This is Bruce's Super Bowl pick, but he's.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not saying they can't exploit Kansas City. But Nick's right. They did it to Tyreek, and you can't even say, well, it was just Tyreek. No, they had to worry about Jalen Waddle, too, and they shut him down. So you got Devontae Smith, 2 great receivers, both of these teams. They did it to Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen. Like, they've seen great quarterbacks or top-flight quarterbacks and receivers and being able to hold them at bay.
Did it to Kirk and Justin Jefferson.
So, did you say Trevor? No, I'm not
going
Trevor.
Guys are almost convincing everybody in America. But none of these teams that they did it to had a rushing attack that opens up their pass.
Well, Miami's got a pretty good record.
Yeah, they do. They do, Greg.
You sleeping on Mostert?
Okay. Is that a chief concern?
Yes.
Okay.
I hate the play. I hate it. It's so annoying. And here's the other piece of it. If by some magic stroke Steve Spagnuolo has figured out how to stop it, they're not going to show that this week.
He hasn't.
But I'm saying, okay, but let me.
I get it, but
if by some chance they were like, we actually know how to stop it. There's no chance they would do it on Monday Night Football.
But how do they know they know how to stop it?
I don't know. Right. But I literally said by some magic stroke. Yeah, okay. The odds are they haven't because no one can. Luckily, it's going to get banned. But in the meantime, I hate it. I hate it. The Chiefs are essentially the Chiefs basically start in 1st and 12 because they refuse to do sneaks and stinking short yardage, and the Eagles start in 1st and 8. That's a 50% difference between the yardage you need. And so, it is a chief concern, and I hate the play. I hate the play.
Initially, I thought about this, and I'm like, nah, it's not a chief concern because you only run the plays so often, right? But when you think about they're the best team in 3rd down conversions. They're best in 4th down conversions.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because of that play.
Yeah.
Do it anyway.
Because they put themselves in front of the sticks, stay ahead of the down and distance, keep themselves in short. They don't just do it in 4th and 1, 4th and inches. It's 4th and 2, 3rd and 3. They're going with the shove. So, it's definitely going to be a concern.
It's a hat trick. Totally should be concerned about this because it's like every possession could be a 4-down instead of 3-down possession. Because if you get close, you can go for this, and you know you can make it. And I also think, even though the Chiefs are obviously mentally tough and they've seen everything, it can be a little bit of a demoralizing effect when you know what's coming, man to man, let's do this, and you can't do anything about it. So
also, when 25% of the time it's a false start. Sorry, Dusty, it's true. It is, Dust. We looked at it. 1-1, you tied it up. When they met in the Super Bowl, Chiefs offense was, to put it plainly, number one in everything. This year, not so much. Last 2 games, even worse. Points, 11.5. How'd you get a half? Offensive touchdowns, 2. 6 giveaways, 8 punts, and third down percentages at 30%. Sad trombone sound. Is this unimpressive, moribund offense a chief concern?
No.
It's just the script.
No, you write the script.
That you write it right.
No, because the I take issue with the term moribund and stagnant, because they are not having a problem moving the ball. They have not been as good in the red zone as in years past, and unlike the things you try to peddle us on, in this case it's actually true, it really is for the Chiefs a turnover problem, and I don't think that's going to maintain. The Chiefs, the only teams with a worse plus-minus in the Chiefs are Atlanta, New England, the Raiders, and the Bears. The only teams with more turnovers than the Chiefs are Cleveland, Buffalo, Chicago, and the Raiders. I don't think it'd be one thing if the Chiefs couldn't move the ball. They've actually moved the ball almost as well as anyone in football this year. They've stagnated in the red zone. They've had untimely turnovers. I don't think that's going to be a problem. It wasn't a problem against Miami. You guys are doing very funny math that right there, points per game thing, offensive points per game as opposed to total points per game.
We're not going to count defensive points per game.
Here's the thing.
Scoreless in the second half.
I understand why that you think that makes sense, except for the fact that by scoring on defense, the offense doesn't get a chance to have the ball, doesn't get a chance to score. So that's a piece of it. But yeah, no, I don't. You know what? I have the crazy take. Really? If he just gets the ball and falls down, maybe the offense scores it into 7 more points. It doesn't matter.
Maybe. I understand.
You understand my point? Really? Doesn't matter. I think, you know what? Hot take. I think Mahomes after the bye is going to be just fine.
We're waiting for that. You've been saying that for weeks.
Well, this is the first bye.
It's been going on all year.
I'm with you, Nick.
Thank you,
and simply because they're coming off the bye. Yeah. Like this is where Andy Reid. I understand that. This is where Andy Reid is at his best. They're fresh. They obviously understand what has been problematic offensively, and I just have to believe the Kansas City Chiefs are going to figure it out. And you're going against this Eagle defense. As much as I say you've said this, every quarterback has pretty much been able to throw on this defense. So.
It's a chief concern, absolutely, because y'all have trouble scoring. I mean, you can talk about moving it between the 20s all you want. You have trouble putting the ball in the end zone, all right? And the Eagles don't. They average 28 points a game.
Yeah.
Obviously, Mahomes is great, but his receivers like to drop those balls. They lead the league in drops. I know Greg should be with me on this one. They lead the league in drops. They have trouble getting open. I'm not worried about Mahomes or Kelsey. I'm worried about the rest of those jokers.
This game, and they have the best record in the league, having just beaten the Eagles, and you guys have spent the entire football season talking about what's wrong with them, you're going to feel very foolish on national television.
Your quarterback wins guy now.
No, I'm a team. Where's Patrick Mahomes' name on there? It says Kansas City. The segment says chief concern. I am a team wins guy. I will tell you that. That's
so if you win 17-14, I have to bend the knee.
Yes. If they have the best record in the league and beat the Eagles,
that's quarterback wins.
No, that is team wins. We're not talking about Mahomes. Team wins are a thing.
You know it's quarterback. You know it. I mean, come on, you know. Finally, for all of our fans of games of chance, Kansas City less than a field goal favorite at home. Now, I thought historically this was not a great sign, and Josh said, it's pretty good. I said, I don't know. I kind of hold Mahomes to the highest of high standards. He said, no, Wildes, that's good. So is this a chief concern? We'll start with Brew.
I mean, I don't think they should be. Maybe they will be insulted, but Philly's been the more impressive team, I think, this year. So this is fair because they say if you don't get 3, home is worth 3. So
and these days, I think home is worth 2.5.
Like, is that what it is now?
Really? It's 2.5 actually.
So this is not
even Arrowhead though. Like I feel
it's
like
not saying they think Philly's better. It's saying
No,
they think
I think that what they're saying with this point spread is if it was neutral side, it'd be a pick-em. That's what I think they're saying.
And that's fair.
And
that's what it
I'm
should
with
be.
you. That's fair. Like when you think about these teams, they're both best teams in both of their conferences. We don't know what we're going to see after the bye. We feel like they're going to both have some type of a wrinkle. Hopefully, the Philadelphia Eagles defense have shored up some things in the secondary. You talk about the offense in the Kansas City Chiefs. Hopefully, they've shored up some things. So I think it's one of those games that you got to.
No, I mean, listen. The Chiefs were home dogs in the AFC title game, if you remember, because of Mahomes' injury. In the Super Bowl, they were underdogs. So this is actually a step in the right direction. I'll tell you, though, who I know is, hammering the Eagles. Colin Cowherd. Bring out the board, please.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
I mean, Cowherd. Buddy.
Wow.
You keep
34
tweeting
to
about
6?
34-6, and I hate to do it. I mean, you're my mentor. You're one of my dear friends.
On the
Colin
board.
Cowherd. On the board.
Wow.
Somebody tell him at his palatial Manhattan Beach estate he has been placed on the board. I mean, this is the level of insult. 34-6.
34-6.
A blowout at Arrowhead.
No.
That doesn't happen, my friend. Off a bye. Andy Reid, Colin, you know better than that. So,
He's out there.
bulletin board. You know who else responded to Colin's tweet?
Who?
Mahomes' trainer. That means Mahomes is aware of it too. Colin, thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.